Hey, Steve Waldron here with one of my favorite types of books, a systematic theology. And this particular systematic theology is done by Robert L. Reymond. He is a graduate of Bob Jones University, got a PhD there, and just voluminous in its contents. It is just expansive in the things that he did. I really appreciate this particular systematic theology. Now, I won't agree with all his different theological conclusions, but I do appreciate seeing where he comes from and the scriptures that are used. This is put out by Thomas Nelson, and let's take a look on the inside of what he's got going on here. Let's see. And just the different subjects, and then we'll go into the form. One thing I like is he'll like present different viewpoints of different theological subjects. So the justification of theology is an intellectual discipline, Christ on theological method, the apostolic model, the activity of the New Testament church, divine inspiration and the authority of Scripture, general aspects of the theological task. And okay, so then he goes into the fact of divine revelation, the revelational process, Old Testament evidence, New Testament evidence, the neo-orthodox objection, language philosophy's objection, the inspired nature of Holy Scripture, the Bible's messages, revealedness, Old Testament evidence, New Testament evidence, and the Bible's inspirationness. The attributes of Holy Scripture, the Bible's necessity, inspiration, formation and close of the church's canon, biblical infallibility. So it starts off, a word from another world, the fact of divine revelation. So he'll give kind of like a proposition here, and then Old Testament evidences, and he just does a really good job with these things. So let's skip over a little bit. We'll go, how does God save men? So it's a book. But then he just gives a lot of evidence, a lot of footnotes, the application of the benefits of the cross work of Christ, response to objections. I really like that part. Baptism, the church's means of grace, the Lord's Supper, James' eschatology, downgrade trends in contemporary evangelical eschatology. And then at the back it lists all of the different scriptures that he would use. And so often in these type books, the bibliography is just worth it. Seeing where they got all this, Augustus Strong, Charles Hodge, all of this. So, fascinating book. Encourage you, if you're into systematic theologies, to grab you a copy. It's a good one, a new standard for God-centered theology, a contemporary foundational statement of classic Reformed faith. I did fail to mention that is the viewpoint he's coming from. It is recommended by J.I. Packer and R. Kent Hughes, some names you may know, John Frame, Roger Nichols, on and so forth. So God bless you. Have a great day in Jesus.